of murder. A jury convicts Jeffrey Basil of the most serious charge in his trial. Good evening to you. Don is off tonight. Now, Basil could spend the rest of his life behind bars for pushing William Sager down a flight of stairs at Molly's Pub. Here's the list of charges the jury had to consider. They deliberated across 2 days before finding Basil guilty of second-degree murder and tampering with evidence. The jury was convinced that he intended to kill Sager. News 4's George Rickard spoke with attorneys on both sides of this case just after that verdict came down. George?
That's right, Jackie. What this means is that the jury didn't buy the argument that Jeff Basil was too drunk to know what he was doing. They didn't even buy the argument that it was an impulse and he just wanted to hurt him. What they were convinced of is that there was intent to kill Bill Sager with that instantaneous push.
Murder in the second degree, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Jeffrey Basil didn't even flinch after being found guilty of murdering Airman Bill Sager with one push down the stairs at Molly's Pub.
The jury just didn't go along with us.
Defense attorney Joel Daniels says the video of Sager flying down the staircase had an impact on the jury of 7 men and 5 women.
Cases depend on their facts, and in this case, the facts were tough.
Basil's parents and sister were in court throughout this trial, but had no comment. Neither did Bill Sager's fiancée and mother, who choked back tears in the courtroom after hearing the verdict, as did Sager's father and stepmother.
I hope they're feeling relief. I can't speak for them, but they're never going to be able to reconstruct their lives after this.
I asked prosecutor Chris Belling if he is surprised that the jury decided there was intent to kill by that push.
I'm going to say I'm very pleased that they found him guilty of murder. The fact that we had witnesses who saw the push, witnesses who could tell us how forceful the push was, and just the physics of the dimensions of the area made it clear what the intent was.
Now, Jeff Basil will be sentenced on February 23rd, and even though he is a previous felon from a drug conviction about 12 years ago, he still could get as little as 15 years to life in prison or 25 to life. That'll be up to the judge. Now, of all the cameras that were rolling in Molly's Pub that night, none of them got a good look at the actual push.